Well, hello there. Hopefully everyone is having a good night. We are here with the Tournament of Champions. The Tournament of Champions. How exciting. We won a tournament last month, so we get to play in the Tournament of Champions for a special Monday version. So hopefully everyone is doing well. We have 2 games going on, and let me get my text set up here correctly. RecPoker, come on. TOC, Tournament of Champions. Let's get that moved over. Centered the best that we can. Sounds good. And we also have this. Oh, we're not anti-sweating Patty anymore. No. This is the RecPoker Nightly Series. There we go. And let's move that over. So we're doing a giveaway tonight, and the giveaway is on the Tournament of Champions. So not this one, but instead this one. So get those guesses in. It's going to be a smaller field than the normal series, so a little bit better odds for everyone. I see Keck Geeks already got his guess out there. So if you have not already, get those guesses in, because why not? Why not? Let's raise this up. There we go. Well, oh, hey, Taylor Moss just subscribed. Thank you, Taylor Moss. I appreciate that. For you, I'm going to flop top 2 pair, and I'm going to check it sneakily. Thank you for this Prime subscription. Would you look at that? Dropping a Prime subscription. Let's make it big. 5 big blinds. Maybe it'll look bluffy. Maybe it will. Nope. We tried to give them rope. We could not give them any more rope. Good start. Wait, what the? 4 of a kind 8s. Dan W. Excuse me, sir? I should have been paying attention. I didn't realize he got 4 of a kind already. Can only get worse from there. Sorry. Look at us. Are you going to win 2 in a row? Look at us go. No one else has won 2 hands, let alone 2 hands in a row. Just kidding. It matters. None. It carries like 0 weight, but yeah. Make sure to get those guesses out in the chat. Don't make me say it again. King 8 off, getting a big raise. It's probably mathematically a defend, but I'm not feeling too great about it. So let's give it the defend and the old fold on the flop. Oh, they check. Do we bet small? I'll check. Oops. Okay, then we'll fold. Let's go back to this one, even though we have Jack Deuce. Yeah. There's all the guesses coming in. Good to see it. There's the man getting trips himself. Dan, I owe you a way of an apology for keeping you out of the subscription giveaway last month. So We'll have to figure out a means of retribution. I have to figure out a way to say sorry. And I don't know the right way. So if you have any ideas, let me know. The two things that I thought of are, one, we can do a smaller version of the like ACR on demand type of thing. So maybe like a 660, or is that what the buy-in is, right? I think they have like $6.60 buy-ins on ACR on demand. We could do one of those, split it 50-50. I feel like that's somewhat fair. Otherwise, I could give you a second entry into December since you were left off of the previous one. We could raise this up. I think this is a really good hand to just flat, especially versus an under the gun open. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to just make it a call and kind of just set mine. There's no sets here. We could get a backdoor straight. One overcard isn't the worst thing in the world, especially when we see a check here. Fancy Nancy bets. As long as it's on the relatively small side, we'll be calling. 526. Not necessarily small, but I think we can call once here, especially with the backdoor straight draws. Opposite of Jonathan, a little encouraging guessing. Was he talking about that somewhat recently, about like don't guess about stuff? I guess I'm probably missing the exact context. Why couldn't this be a 9? We're gonna lose to Queen 10 here. I don't know what Dan W has. He could easily have like 10s. Yeah, Queen Jack. Did I say Queen 10? I was off by 1. A lot of different ways we can play 7s here. We took the passive action with 9s just a little bit ago. We could just limp behind, especially if they're like limp. We can raise it up too. 7s is a pretty decent value hand. If no one else joins, I'm probably going to bump it up. With this raise, pretty easy for us to just call now. It's a big size, so we should be relatively worried or concerned about it. But 7s plays well enough, even out of position, this deep stacked, that I'm going to just find a nice easy call. I think everyone knows the game plan here. Check fold. Out of position, no need to get crazy. Two somewhat playable hands, like King 3, we could see what happens here. It's probably going to end up being a fold versus an open. Here we have Ace 8 suited. Very nice and pretty looking hand. So early on, I'm going to go with the bigger pre-flop opening sizes that I use. Here we saw a limp and then a raise, so we're just going to give it up with the King 3. Oh, there it is, the podcast ad. Don't guess, don't stress. Gotcha. I'm going to find a check here. He snap bet really small. Or snap checked. So he obviously wanted nothing to do with the hand. In which case, I'll just take it down. Because he could want nothing to do with the hand with something like 10 deuce. And 10 deuce still has equity versus us. So we could just get that 10 deuce out of there. That's totally fine by me. Don't guess, don't stress. Yeah. Guess and stress when it comes to the stream, but only in the funnest way possible. Only when we're we're trying to give away stuff, and you have to make a guess. And then I want you to stress about, will your guess actually hit? I mean, good fold here, but pretty clear, an obvious decision for us. He had the aces. It's a pretty good hand. This feels like it would have been stretching my ranges a little bit. I would have probably been tempted to open it, but I don't think Queen 7 off is an open there. I just love playing in position so much that it's so tempting to me. See? Why wouldn't I play this hand? I would have top pair. Now it's suited. No. Since we already clicked the fold button there, we will be folding that no matter what. We might be playing this from the big blind. That's something I'm really thrilled about. But I think we want Uncle Hoots to call, and then it gives us a little bit more odds. We'll be out of position, but sometimes we just get a very clear fold, which is what we have here. We have no heart. We have no backdoor draws. The only backdoor draw that we have here is like 4 or 5, not a heart. And then we've got a pretty good straight, but yeah, this is a big nope. Good to see everyone tuning in for the bonus stream. You're all paying attention, knowing that I was going to be streaming the Tournament of Champions tonight. King 10 suited seems like it's going to be a play for us. That is a big raise. This might actually just be a pure fold. We're often going to be dominated by, if they're making what I think they're doing is taking their stronger hands and making them a bigger sizing. We're in pretty bad shape against a lot of their stronger range, even if they're doing it with as bad as King Queen. I think we're just going to fold this very pretty looking hand and just move on. Just find a better spot. Being out of position, having to call a big bet size, just seems like a recipe for mistakes. I don't want to make mistakes. Sounds like we have a deal then, Dan. Hey, Gibber! Thank you for the subscription. Thank you. Thank you for the good luck. Thanks for tuning in. We're playing for the Tournament of Champions tonight. I have not won a Tournament of Champions. It's the monkey on my back, and hopefully I can knock it off. But thanks, Gibber. Appreciate the subscription. Yeah, Dan, let's do that. I don't think I'm gonna do it tonight, just because I have 2 tournaments already going. I don't want to add a third into the mix. If I do bust one early, then it actually might be a potential. But I believe they have a $6.60 on demand on ACR, and if my memory serves me correct, then we'll do that, and we'll do a 50-50 stake for you due to my mistake, and then we're done. You gotta forgive me and move on. They're sitting out, yeah. I was like, just make a small raise. Didn't we just call with 6-3, get a nothing flop, and move on the other table? This is going to be too big of a sizing. I can't call 1.6 with 6-3. I probably shouldn't have on the other case, and okay, this just makes it super easy. We'll see what we get dealt here, but we've got our pretty king 10 suited in the other. Oh, and king jack suited. Let's flip between hands. Here's the king 10. We could potentially 3-bet this. I'm just gonna put this into my flatting range. I think it operates really well. Here we could do some tricky 3-betting. Let's see. I guess just throw it in the call, but then this hand is gonna have to play so passively post flop, where we're just gonna have to fold so often. It really would take a good flop for us to continue playing the king jack. We really want a straight draw. We don't necessarily want to hit a king. We don't necessarily want to hit a jack. So we're just gonna find the fold there, especially versus that action. Especially. So we called the king 10 suited here. It was under the gun open. We flatted. Glass jaw from the big blind also called. I think we can find a call here once we just have some decent backdoor equity. There's some of the potential for the backdoor equity. Interesting hand developing here. While I called the big raise and now is getting jammed on, which is kind of insane. I think Doug can have some bluffs here, especially with diamonds. Diamond is not what we wanted to see on the river. Hopefully they slow down and we can check and hopefully beat something, but there's no point in betting here. We beat their bluffs now and we lose to their value, so nothing but check, and if we lose, we lose. Don't lose. He's thinking, why is that guy calling down with king 10 there? What's he thinking? Well, I got lucky, that's what I'm thinking. And they take it down with that huge bet. Got ace queen. We held back on the 3-bet the last hand. He was under the gun. We probably should have. Here, we're going to unleash the 3-bet with the ace queen off. Here we have the ace 9. I think we're also going to unleash the 3-bet here. I think this feels very weak, and we can kind of squeeze Keck Geek out of this spot, so I'm going to find the 3-bet here. We get called by the open ace 9 7 is a pretty good situation for us. Let's bet out 7. To go check on how the other 3-bet's doing. We're putting the squeeze on Keck Geek. That's our bet got through on the other hand, so our ace queen wins. We're putting the squeeze here on Keck Geek. This is the person that we're trying to get out of the hand. We think Trey is calling with a relatively weak holding, and when we 3-bet, we should be able to get them both to fold. Trey just calls. We're going to do the same thing we did on the other table. We bet 7 and took it down. So let's bet 7 here and see if we can't just take it down. A call. Interesting for them to find a call on a jack 6 deuce board. If they're calling, they likely have a pocket pair, and if they have a pocket pair, they're going to call if they called flop. So I think I'm just going to find a check, although I really want to continue the bluffing. And then I'm going to bet on ace, kings, and queens. I'm going to check on everything else. 8 is going to be a check from us. I wouldn't doubt if they lead out. Feels like the common thing for people to do. Yeah. And honestly, we just kind of have a pretty easy fold here. I think we correctly identified where they were. They probably had a middling pair of some sort. Their bet on the river, and especially the sizing, made me feel like they had some decent value. So maybe they had something like a set of 8s on the river. But regardless, we don't really need to try and figure out exactly what they had in that spot, because kind of had a bad candidate for either a double barrel bluff or a triple barrel bluff. Really good candidate for the c-bet, though. The Jack-6 deuce board is heavily favoring our 3-bet range. Going to go to our medium sizing off of 60 effective. I guess not really 60 effective. 60 for us. Effective is like in the 30s. We folded here 7-3. Nothing too crazy. Here we get all of a suit, but not our suit. Is it worth trying to go for a no spade bluff here? I mean, we really just want them to fold. I was going to say, if it's a spade river, I think we can rip one more time. But otherwise, we kind of just have to give up. And win! We won! We won with ace high. Alright. They must have just called with a spade, which is then really good that we didn't hit a spade, because that would have been our barreling card. They obviously didn't have an ace of spades. They didn't have the king of spades, because that would have been a pair. They didn't have the queen of spades, because that was on the board. They must have had a jack of spades and called. Huh. Interesting. Fun table here. Binkley, Dan, B Jammin', Keck Geek, Misclick Donkey. Look at that. Let's go back over to the Tournament of Champions, though, where we're slowly losing our chips, which is the opposite of what we want to do. We want to slowly gain chips. I will not be playing a6 offsuit. No, thank you. I have to keep track of how that football game is going, too. 10-10. James Conner, a touchdown. Stafford to Beckham for a touchdown. Okay. Good to know. Got some fantasy football matchups riding on it. And yeah, we're in the final week of fantasy football. Easy just call for us. Ugh. When can we hit a flop? Asking for a friend. It's much more interesting to play hands when we hit some sort of value. We're really sick. 8th here? Is that because of the 3-bet that we had? There's missing another hand, I think. Easy fold in the Tournament of Champions under the gun, so next hand will be big blind. Take it. Queen Jack is an alright hand, but on that board, I'm not liking my chances. He has a lot of ace highs. A lot of pairs of kings. We block his queens and jacks, which is the worst hands he has there is queen jack, queen 10, jack 10. We block those. Oh, what a beautiful hand for us to just call here and set mine. But Dan says, no, I want a 3-bet to a big size. Misclick Donkey says, no, I want to call. We could call 7.5, but we only hit a set, what, 1 out of 10 times, roughly? So can we win 75 bigs? I'm going to just say no, and we're going to put our 6s into the muck. And we're not going to look to see if we flop a set. Because we don't need to know that type of pain. Ace 9 suited. Pretty hand. We could potentially 3-bet this if the open is from late enough position. It's looking like it might be. I said we weren't going to look, but we did not flop a set of 6s. We would have had a... Oh my gosh. We got a walk with the ace 9. Oh. And they're like, sorry you got to walk with the ace 9. Here is the birds. It's a 3-bet for value. We scared him away. It's all right. We could have flatted there, but we're too deep stacked. I don't want to flat there. I want to start building a pot if possible. And when I've got aces, that's when I want to be building a pot. So it's all good. Gross hands. Hey, we can play a king 8 offsuit, I believe. Goal is to get East Coast Bitter out of here, because then we'll have position. But when he calls, now we don't have position, which is kind of why we wanted to play this. Definite check for us here. We have the 8 to the gut shot draw. We don't really want to bet. There's a lot of hands that they can both have that are going to want to raise us. So we're just going to find the check, and it looks like it might help us, but I think this does the opposite of helping us. We can call for a single big blind, but we don't have a diamond. We've kind of got this weird like up and down straight draw. Any ace or 9 gives us a straight, and the 8 is essentially irrelevant. But we need it to not be a diamond. And I doubt king high wins. He had king 8 too with the diamond. He had ace 9, ace high. What a weird and funny hand. If those 6s were only 5s. Was the 5 actually on? I don't think the 5 was on the board either, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It would have been more easily in the muck had it been 5s. We're not falling into that trap here. What are we at? Well, we're showing the side table. Let's go back to the Tournament of Champions. Look, a set of 6s. 10-6. Okay. Nothing going on there. weird loud rumbling outside. We're seeing some 3-bets here. You'd love to see it. I mean, we're never playing that, but it is kind of annoying for them to have flops like this. No playable hands on the other table either. Such is life. In the daily series, we've got 68 entrants. Oh, counterfeited on the river. Yuck. $26 entrants. Anyone bust yet here? Yeah, we have got one bust out. 27 entries, 26 remaining. Kekgeek in first, Kekgeek in second. RecPoker Steve in fourth. Two Kekgeeks. This Kekgeek is in second. 5x5. 3 months. You spelled months wrong. Thanks for the subscription, Chris. I definitely appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's keep it civil in here and not get anyone timed out. But thank you. Appreciate the subscription. Chris, I tagged you in a post on Twitter. You should go check it out when you have a chance. Come on, let's get some good hands here. I feel a little impatient saying that, let's be honest, because I did just get aces, even though I didn't get action with it. So I take that back. I said it. I didn't mean it, Poker Stars. I guess I have to fold hands too. We'll wait until later to make a move. But it's funny how poker goes, though. We started with 5,000 chips, 27 entries, and all but 11 are below starting stack. And that's just how it goes. All the chips consolidate to top end, at least initially. So, the funny stuff of poker. Chris, you might enjoy this hand. Would you like to see me play a low pocket pair? Perhaps, because on the outer table we have pocket fours. I think we can call just from the fact that we have reason to believe they're also going to be calling. And to go 3 ways with pocket fours is pretty good. That doesn't look like a 4. That doesn't look like a 4. And that doesn't look like a 4. Also, closer, but not quite a 4. Let's get feisty. We should be raising the bottom of our range and the top of our range here. It doesn't have to be like the nut bottom either. It can be like some of the middling stuff. So this may just be a complete or even a fold. But I'm going to turn it into a raise bluff. And I'm going to rip off 2 pair. Just like that. Just like that. When we do that, we can't not bet. Give him Queen 9 of spades, please. I'm struggling what to think in terms of bet sizing here. Because he's got 20 behind, there's 12 in there. We can go something like 5, but then he's going to have 15 with a 20 pot. We're going to have to go all in. or call any all in. I'm actually thinking maybe even a little bit smaller, just going 4, leaving him with 16 and into 20. It's kind of a little bit weird, stack to pot ratios and all those things. Hopefully he doesn't have a diamond. We do have a fairly relevant diamond blocker here. Now it doesn't matter at all. We only lose to pocket 9s, and I guess 8-4. But there's one combo of 8-4 and 3 combos of pocket 9s. But we're going to rip it all in. I wish we've gone a little bit bigger on the previous street just to make it more enticing of a call. I really didn't want to be forced into an all-in on the river, but we ripped off full house, so yeah. That sounded kind of like a threat, 5x5. It's just like sternly worded that we're trying to like keep this community here. We're, you know, we just want to keep things civil. To a 4 big blind open, we're just going to find the fold there. Now Dan is seeing the hand that plays out, knowing he made a good fold. It's always best. Joe saw the post I was talking about. Jeff Boski posted an small all-in aces versus 5s versus something else, and a set of 5s flops, and then he turns an ace for set over set. So I had to take him in it, you know. 15 bigs. Call 13.4 to win 34, essentially. Odds are pretty decent, but a lot of the time I'm dominated. If he's doing this with king queens, queen jacks, we should easily be calling, or really low pocket pairs. I'm gonna take the low variance route and just fold there, even though it may be chip EV correct. I'm gonna find a fold. Limp, raise big, king queen off. They've been doing this a lot, and I've been giving it respect of a strong hand. I'm starting to wonder if I shouldn't be doing that. But if I shouldn't be doing that, I should probably pick a little bit better hands than king queen to potentially fight back with. I'm going to make a tight fold here just due to all the players left behind. Oh wow, and it just goes snap fold. If I would have known this would have happened, I probably would have called. But now on this flop, pretty disinterested with king queen. So we just one, I haven't played with these 3 players all that much, and I think all 3 of them have kind of used some big sizing, and I just kind of like held back initially, which I think is kind of like the smart route, at least at the start. But now that we've seen it more frequently, we have to assume it's not as tight or as strong as we would have originally thought. So now we have to think about how do we adapt. And it means we call more in position and we 3-bet more as well. But king queen, I think I'm just gonna find a fold there, even though you can definitely make the case it should win a call. If it was suited, I think I put in a 3-bet. Blinds are going up. We've got essentially a starting stack. But we get a decent amount of time to play in the Tournament of Champions one due to the extra starting chips. So let's take advantage of that. We still have 32.5 big blinds, and the blinds are really going to start slowing down in the next little bit of time. Here's the structure. So we went from 30 to 150 in 5 levels. So we went 5x in 5 levels. For the next 5 levels, we only go, what is that, 3.3x. So it's going to slow down a decent chunk. Then 10 to there. That's under 2.5. So it really slows down. The pace kind of goes quick right away, but it does slow down and adds a lot more play. Alright, let's do our checking on the football game. 13 halftime. What's going on? Stafford 118 and a touchdown. Sony Michel 51 yards. Beckham 64 and a score. Cooper Kupp 42 yards. Other side, Kyler 168 but a pick. James Conner 19 yards and a touchdown. Murray's got 43 on the ground. Arizona spreading the ball around a lot. Kirk with 41. Hopkins 21. Connor 49. Wow. AJ Green 26. Ertz 22. Everyone's getting the ball in Arizona. Okay. Ace 7 offsuit. We declined a jam with this hand just a little bit ago. What will we do now? Let's wait. Let's find out what we do with King 7 suited in the regular nightly series. Dan raised all in on the other table from under the gun. I think he does this with, you know, maybe like ace 10 plus, which makes ace 7 easy fold. Two. We're going to make a bet here. Hopefully, just get a fold. But I don't really have any intention of folding here on this flop. We've got an overcard. We've got the flush draw. It's a paired board, so it's unlikely for him to have something with an 8 in his hand. I feel the utmost confidence in where I was standing in that hand. Raising off of 12 bigs into a big blind that's got 6. We've got Queen Jack. We're seeing a 3-bet. Just an easy fold for us. Nothing there sounded all that good for Queen Jack off. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Is it the weather? So what happened here? Dan must have defended his big blind and called a couple of bets. I guess it depends. What did they raise pre to? 4 bigs. Putting Dan to the test. Does Dan have the best hand? We're going to think it through. Finds a call with the 10. And he was correct. Randy Moss. Fold. Oh, my shoulders hurt. Can I redraw this 3? It looks so nice, the King of Clubs coming out. Just like when I'm peeling cards live and I look at the first one, I'm like, ooh, King of Clubs, alright. All the cards that I'd be interested in playing with. A lot of clubs. Any ace, any king, any queen. Potentially any jack. And then it's 3 of spades. Bleh. Bleh. Wonder if this, does this serve as an effective card cover? I don't think so, does it? Because it'll still show my cards coming in. Let's see it. This is the Jurojin random number generator. But it also covers up stuff, so. Let's see how this works as a card cover. I think you'll still be able to see the cards float in. I like peeling. Let's try it like this. Oh, I couldn't really see that. That was good. This looks like a red card, so that's a heart. This one looks like a diamond. Looks like this one is a number of some sort. Like a 6? 7? 8. King 8? Let's play it. I won't peel many cards. But it's good to know that it at least does work. It's structure it like that. That's how you get the best coverage. Really, really bad flop for their range. So given that we have a bad holding, I think it really makes sense for us to keep betting this. I'm going to go 1.8. Hopefully we just get a fold and can move on to the next hand. I'd expect to see raises with hands like 4-5, potentially queens, but you're going to get a lot of folds from like their middling stuff. We'll just take that one down. Yep, we weren't going to play this anyways. Hey, we're above starting stack. Look at us go. 5,058 chips. 23 entrants out of the 27 remaining. Everyone that made their guess still alive. A lot of guesses in the middling chunk of it. Except for Colin says we're going to get second. He likes to inflict pain on me. He knows the most painful position for me to finish in the Tournament of Champions would be second. So that's what he guessed. Way more painful than 10th or 23rd or anything like that. Second, the most painful. All right. We might get feisty here. There's potential. 25 bigs with ace-5 suited in the small blind. Decent stacks around us. If Dan opens, this may just be a jam. If Glass Jaw opens, it may also just fall into the jam category. It plays so tough as a flat. When they jam, then that kind of takes it away from us, doesn't it? Because we can't raise and have too much fold equity because we still have to play for this. Now we just crumble. Call from BJ. I'm going to call their sixes. King, Jack, Ace, Queen. Good thing we had nothing to do with this. Because the King, Jack gets there on the river. Dang. I thought it was going to be a good jam just from the we black other strong aces. The Ace Queen was behind us in a small stack too. So everyone had a pretty decent hand there. Would have been interesting if pocket sixes finds a call, just because I think we 3-bet this. It's a squeeze play again. We did this very similar thing before. And over here, we got a jam from Dan, a call, a 3-bet from a small stack. We were going to call this, very happily, but when this comes in, we just have to get out of the way. Let's go back over here, see if our squeeze can get through. Yikes, we would have flopped 2 pair. Just annihilated it. Oh, this is beautiful. Unlikely they have a queen. We lose to like 9s and 10s and maybe jacks. Unlikely for them to have queens because there's one combo of it. Unlikely for them to have kings or aces because they just get it in pre. So I'm feeling good about this and just hoping, fingers crossed, they don't have 9s or 10s. Well, let's find out. Do they have 9s or 10s? Survey says 7s. We beat 7s. And there's our ace that would have saved the day regardless. To be fair, he shouldn't put us on ace-8 really there. We kind of took a very liberal spot to 3-bet, going for the pure squeeze. And we shouldn't have a whole lot of 8s there. So he was thinking relatively the same thing, except he can't take away kings or aces out of my range. And jacks probably aren't like the mixed weight that I'm thinking they are. So it works a little bit better for us. But a good spot. Now let's do that over here in the Tournament of Champions. We've had some shifts in the Tournament of Champions. Geek was at the top. Now he's in 15th, right next to us. RecPoker Steve was 4th. He's now 8th. The other Geek was 2nd. Is 3rd, still up there. But our new chip leader is MN Ted. Still early, though. Still very early. Hey, get this out of here. I tried to drag you over to the side. Almost break time. We've been playing a lot of poker. The hour's gone by quick. I'm going to go grab some water, as I usually do. Wow. Chop. So at break, I will be taking a quick second to go fill up my water. Won't be gone too long. And we'll be back for hour number 2. We're alive in both the tournaments still. But if there was a time for us to get knocked out, the prime time to get knocked out in either tournament is in that second hour. Stuff goes quick, so we'll see how we do. Hopefully we can stay alive. Chip up, not down. Speaking of potentially busting, what might happen here? We have ace-9 suited. I think because it's suited we can play this, but like this being a 9 instead of a 10 is actually like pretty impactful. We can't make a straight. We lose to 10s, all that type of stuff. And we see a 3-bet, not all in from 18 bigs, but to 7. Someone jams behind us, we would love, because then it makes our decision way easier. But regardless, I'm thinking this just falls into the fold category, given our short stack, given this is kind of like the bottom of our range. It's suited, so it makes us want to play, but we want to play it more the deeper stacked we are. So I'm just going to find a fold. I'm going to assume they're not really taking that line with anything close to as bad of the hand that we had. Meaning they probably have ace-queen plus, ace-jack suited plus, and like 10s plus. We kind of block 9s. They might take it with 9s, but that's kind of what I'm thinking they're at. And I'm just doing so bad versus that range. Deeper stacked, we can potentially do something. Can we put on a squeeze here? 10-9 is such a crummy hand. I think we just take a flop. PokerStars is like, let's give you a flop that's like something you're not going to know how to deal with. Thought about leading like 1.5 bigs, but then we only get called by kings. We get 7s to fold, 10s probably call, but it's a lot of 10s that beat us. There's a pot size bet and a call. I think now we get the easy escape route here. I'm going to stick around and watch it before I go and grab some water, but I think this gives us the easy way out of the hand. Now it changes how I feel about this. Because it felt like one, if not both of them, had a king, and now this king coming out really like limits that potential. Makes me think one of them is on like a queen-jack type of hand. Would like to see how it plays out, but all right. We're thinking through a lot of things, but I'm going to go grab some water. We'll be back in just a second. Stick around. Hour number 2 coming up shortly. We're ready to roll whenever this comes back. Such is life in the early stages of a poker tournament. Not a whole lot happening. I can tell you one thing for sure, though. This will look much crazier in the next 30 minutes. Wow, someone having a big double up. Like 10 minutes into the tournament. McVean, Jasper Jr., Hunter, Dan W., Pet Vet, all out. Walleye in last place, but by no means is this any sort of like you're out of it thing. It's got 3,700 chips. We've got 3,900. We don't feel out of it. We've got 20 bigs. So, no panic there. On the other side, the daily nightly series. Hey, look, Free's live there. We have 8K. We'd gladly take the more chips in the Tournament of Champions, but that's how it goes sometimes. Chip graph a little bit more exciting, but still looking pretty bland. Ace 9. This might be bluff jam type of spot. I think it is. Versus the big blind. I'll get my words straight, I swear. Versus the button open. We did this before. We got a fold. I think this just makes it a really easy jam for us to take here and hopefully just take down 3 bigs. Looks really strong. Rozzy is going to have a tough time calling off due to the 2 actions. We get a call from Ace King. And we are out of the tournament. Oh, we're not out. Sorry. We had them covered. Damn. Just rough spot for them to have Ace King. Seemed like a good spot. They should be opening up a lot of Queen Jack, Queen 10, Jack 10, that type of nonsense that we have really good equity against. They just happen to have top of their range. Now it comes down to when do we get in our sub 1 big blind hand. We could go 3.5x here. I think we just try and run it. Okay, so we could go a little bit above 4. We're gonna need like running clubs. Someone is likely to have an ace. Not guaranteed. But running clubs or jack and then a 4 type of thing. It's gonna be what we need. There's 1 club. We've got 9 outs in the deck. 1 time. 0 times. Jack high never wins here. So that'll be it for us in the Tournament of Champions. Yet another disappointing set. We're out 20th place. I'm think anyone guessed 20th. No. Let me make sure I write that down, and then we'll move the other table over here and play out the regular nightly series. I think that's good. All right. Let's change the title here to the RecPoker Nightly Series. And recenter. All right. King 10, easy call. 6-4 deuce. Bad for our hand, good for our range though. We could get definitely a little bit feisty here and find a raise. I think we do it. What do you think? Hey, get my email off of there. Stop that. And fold. And fold. And fold. Fold. I'm trying to manifest it. So we're going for a pure bluff on this favorable board for us. If he has clubs, he's not folding. But we kind of block him from having clubs, which is good. Aha! Look at us go. All the stuff we wanted to do worked out in the nightly series, not in the Tournament of Champions. Really unfortunate they had Ace King there. Such is life. Like, we make that same play before when we have aces and they get fold. And we make the same play again when we have ace 9, an ace blocker, a relevant ace blocker, and they've got us pipped with ace king. Football game check. Wow, the Rams just scored 2 touchdowns. 1 to Cooper Kupp, 1 to Van Jefferson. Wow. Hey, ace 10. We're going to just find a call here. I think there's a decent amount of hands in Rob's range that we still just straight up beat that would fold to a 3-bet. So I'm going to kind of take this route selectively and just flat here. 8-7-4. Honestly, it's best for the big blind. Worst for us. And then all right for Rob. So what this is the worst for us in this spot. We can just fold. Rob gets it through. So in terms of upcoming schedule, let's see. Thursday this week. Thursday next week as well. And the Thursday the week after. Is this a 5 Thursday month? I think it is, right? Because New Year's Eve is like a Friday. Yeah. So, yeah, just Thursdays coming up. Wow. They have Ace Jack, and the 2 other jacks come out on the board. Crazy. But yeah, we did the No Limit Hold'em Player of the Year series. We did the Mixed Game Player of the Year series. We're now doing the Tournament of Champions. I'm an alternate for the Wednesday end of the year Tournament of Champions. It's going to be 18 players playing out in that, and I'm an alternate. If I get in, I'll probably stream it. But that involves me getting in, which would involve everyone else either not showing up or not replying. But keep an eye out on Twitter, Discord, whatever it may be. If I'm playing that, I'll stream that as well. So we may have a 3-for week. Today, Wednesday, and Thursday. Otherwise, for sure, today and Thursday. Next week, only Thursday, no matter what. Week after that, only Thursday, no matter what. Week after that, it would be the beginning of January. And we'll do Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. So that's what it looks like. I need to figure out a way of like creating a graphic or something that shows the stream, which is just like a month, and then it shows like the first Wednesday and that Thursday, the second Wednesday and that Thursday, and then Thursdays the rest of the way. Wow. Seems pretty strong, no? Raise, 3-bet, cold 4. Did it with 8s. Interesting, to say the least. And 8s win. I just had the exact same feeling I had a while ago, where we saw the king come in right away, and then it was like, blech, gross looking 3. It makes it a really tough open to raising into like 7 bigs. I probably would have just folded. Makes it really tough because if I raise to 2 and then they jam to 7, I have to call 5 to win 15. I have to have 33% equity, which is... We're probably getting better than 33% equity, which then means we have to call a 7 big blind jam with just king high. I don't feel that good about that. Alright, we're gonna lean back in the chair and relax a bit. I've been upright, stressing my neck out. I'm gonna try and take it easy. Jack 7. Nope. Fortunately, we don't have that second table to flip to and talk to and show other hands. We're just stuck here watching one table play out. But we're in a good spot with it. 12 of 32. Rob's in a good spot. Where's he at? 5th. Our Diesel with that win with 8s and 4th. Couple of good chip stacks on our right. That's where we want him to be, not on our left. Rob's gonna have to call this off if no one else does. He can't really fold for 5. Now he can get away from it. Set of 8s. Seems like a good hand. Those chips are consolidating around us, but not to us. Oops. Chris. Like checking out and ugh, come on. Sitting out big blind, ace 3 suited, say less. Let's go for it. We're all right calling off here. We have to think about this. They're unlikely to put super big pressure on us outside of just like a normal 3-bet. Call is fine. Well, would you look at that? I'm going to opt for a check raise here. I don't check raise much as the pre-flop raiser, but I was going to. He checked behind. I'm going to go 2.5. I think we called by a decent amount of ace highs. Oh, and now we get raised. Would you look at that? I'm tempted to just jam here. Because I don't like just calling. And any sort of raise that I make is awkward sizing. I feel like we overpot jam. Is that crazy? We have a 4 as a backup out. We have aces as a backup out. We have spades as an out. 3s obviously as an out. So we have 4 4s, 2 3s, 3 aces, and then only 1 4 is also a spade. I'm going to overbet jam. Put the pressure back on him. We were going to check raise flop. Why not bet re-raise on turn? He checked flop. How strong of a hand can he actually have? Boom. Pair of 3s wins. I did not like calling there because we'd be out of position. Is there like a shrug emote? I'll just do a thumbs up. Just a thumbs up. That's fine. We got him in a spot when he says nice hand where he wasn't expecting us to do that. And I don't really think we have many hands that we want to do that with there. So I'm alright taking the line that I did. Just because there's not too many hands that we're going to turn into a bluff like that. We're not going to be over bluffing. Out of position, ace-7 offsuit. Find the fold. Fold. There we go. Clash draw is going to call a decent amount. We don't have to worry about this player at all. I mean, we're going with it versus them no matter what. A really good flop for our range and for our exact hand. He leads into us. Man, I'm pretty tempted to just raise. How many deuces does he have? How many deuces can he actually have in this spot? I think we're all right just going with it. He's going to have worse jacks. He's going to have flush draws. That is an annoying turn. We have the backup out, but he has a lot of random diamonds, which is what we're trying to get value from when we raise flop. And I don't like him thinking about this here. It really is saying to me, hey, how do I get value out of my flush now? I just got raised. Do I lead out? And he does lead out. I think if I didn't have this, if this was the Queen of Hearts, I might just fold here after feeling so confident on the flop. Now on the turn, we're just in a crummy spot. But since we have this as an out, another jack can hit. We hit a full house. I will call. And I think it went, we're ahead, we're behind, we're ahead. If you have to ask me. I am going to jam fairly confidently on the river here. He might get me to just call if he leads for like, okay, I have to call. He has ace-5. Damn. We were not ahead on the river. We were ahead on the flop though when he went for the raise. It's just so likely for him to have other hands. It doesn't necessarily have to be the ace of diamonds there. One of those yucky spots. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Guess we could have raised bigger on the flop. We did a pretty small sizing. It was like 2.5, and then we went to like 7. Was it 7? This is gonna be it for us. Good luck, ace, deuce of spades. Look at our chip graph. Pew! Straight down. It is what it is. Have king queen for rap band 50. Oh, a call. No. Get out of there. Oh, no. This is not the flop we wanted. We need a miracle ace on the river. He's going to have exactly king queen when I said, please have king queen. Look at that. Ace on the river. Oh, 10 on the river. No. Alright. That is it for us tonight. No eventful stuff. We had some interesting hands. We did play some interesting hands. I guess that is the benefit to the stream tonight, but nothing really worked out in our way. I feel like we made really good calls the majority of the way through. The cards just didn't work out for us, so that's how it goes sometime. Thanks everyone for tuning in. No Tournament of Champions silver pin for us. No just regular bronze pin either. We'll see if we're streaming on Wednesday. And if not, there's always Thursday coming up the day after that. So we'll see you one of those 2 days. One of those 2 days. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Peace out. Have a good night, everyone.